am going to make the dough. And oh, I forgot my bowl. Hold on. I have to move you guys. Because I'm in a good spot. I need my big bowl. My really big bowl. Everything will be wait. The oven is preheating, by the way, to 300 degrees. Let's get these from over here. So that up there, that up there. Okay, guys, I had everything else ready for us. And unfortunately, I forgot the bowl. And I said to myself, when I went in the other room to get the paints and stuff, don't forget the bowl. And I still forgot the bowl. So, here's the bowl. Oh, actually, I don't need. Push that out of the way so you know what? I need you to see what is going on in the bowl. Can you see the bowl? Not really. Hold on. Let me change positions. There we go. Can you see the bowl? Right there. Right there. Perfect. Okay. 4 cups of flour. This is why I need to get more flour. A onesie, a doozy. Remember, we're not baking cookies here. A freezy and a foursie. So this is not the same science as baking, obviously. Trying to keep myself semi-clean. Uh-oh, I dropped the recipe. Hold on, guys. Let me grab the recipe. I'll move this guy over here. I'll leave the recipe on top. There we go. Okay, let's do this. Now, I'm going to have to stand up eventually, so I'll fix the, okay, 1.5 cups of water and 1 cup of salt. I don't even know if there's a cup of salt in this one. Again, don't eat this. I know that sounds rather silly, but when I was a little kid, I actually tried to eat these. They were nasty. Honest to goodness, I tried to eat them off the Christmas tree because I thought they were cookies. My parents laughed at me. They were bland, salty, and horrible. I'm just getting another thing of salt. Feeling there wouldn't be enough there. Okay, here's the other thing, salt. Like I said, this is not a recipe anybody wants to eat. Make sure you're over there we go. Okay. The bowl. There we go. Okay. I need to take the seal off this, which is not hard. Oh, I was able to give away that unionized salt. A little more. A little more. The reason that you use so much salt in this dough is it helps it dry out. I didn't get a spoon. That's okay, because I can get a spatula right behind me. Oh no, spatula's not right behind me. It's over here. Sorry, guys. But I had everything I needed laid out. My spatula's going to be a better idea than trying to scrape that off a spoon. Okay, let's make sure I have you back on the bowl. Okay, good. I'm sitting in the wheelchair because it's much more comfortable. And I'm just just going to stir the salt and the flour together a little bit. Just to get a good mix of the dry ingredients before I put the water in. This is 1.5 cups of water. Notice I didn't put it all in because I want to make sure it's not too much, because it's highly dependent on weather and all of that sort of thing. Now, if you are in higher elevations, this is going to take longer to cook, obviously. Well, it's not really cooking, it's drying out. It's only a 300-degree oven, so may need more water actually. I may need more water. I'm not sure. Let me get in here with my hands. Let's pull up the sleeves. And yes, I know I still have my Fitbit on. It's okay. Okay, you know what? I'm good. I'm gonna take this. You know what? I'm gonna put it right in there. Gonna knead this up in the bowl a little bit, which I need to do standing. I cannot do this sitting. So I need to clean off my hands so that I can take the brakes off the wheelchair out without making a mess of them. Okay, let's roll this back, brakes on, and you just heard the oven preheat. Again, I'm kneading this in the bowl to start with, and then I'll put a little bit of flour on the board. And yes, you're going to have flour left in your bowl. I mean, you could add a little more water and try to incorporate that flour, but truthfully, I'm going to use that to flour my board. Now it says to roll it out to 1/8 of an inch after you knead it. I'm going to knead it some more on the board. If I need more flour, I know where it is. Okay. I'm going to knead this out on the board. Can you see the board, I hope? Oh my goodness. There we go. Again, I'm trying to get all the moisture kneaded into the dough so that we can cut it out into our shapes. And I am starting to get a good dough formed, which is good. Yeah, you can see it. Then what I need to do, just a little bit of flour on top. Trying to keep the remnants out of it. I just want the flour itself. Flour on top. And roll. It says to roll it out to about 1/8 of an inch. Now this doesn't have to be any kind of perfect shape. It can be an amoeba, as Elton Brown likes to say. It does not have to be a perfect shape. And yes, I realize my rolling is not great. There, that's better. It's hard to roll, trust me. Just roll it from the middle here. And you want it down to about 1/8. I'm not going to take my ruler and measure this. Just not going to do it. I am going to pick it up, however, and turn it over. Flour this side of it. Oh, maybe I don't have to. Okay, now I'm going to cut our shapes. Now, obviously, I'm not going to make it that big, okay? But I'm going to, well, I'm going to wash my hands to start with because and wash them now. Putting it out of your nails. And out of my hangnail, which is telling you it's full of salt. And then you can wear gloves if you want to, but why would you want to when you're kneading? I mean, you want to feel what you're kneading, so. Let's grab a knife. Just a small knife. I almost dropped it. I caught it on my arm. Okay. And make sure that you can see exactly what I'm doing. Now, no pumpkin first, I think, because it's easier. I'm going to make a stem for the pumpkin. It hopefully won't come off. Okay, I need my baking sheet. See, there's the pumpkin. It's a little thick. So I'm just going to whack it. Yeah, it's not very scientific, but it works. Now, to cut the pumpkin, these bumps into the pumpkin. And I'm gonna make a little bottom to the pumpkin. Now I have to go grab as my pumpkin stem keeps coming out. Dang it! Broke my pumpkin stem. That's okay, I can make a pumpkin stem. I mean, this is dough. It's like Play-Doh after all. I think this is the same basic recipe that you would use to make homemade Play-Doh. There's my pumpkin. It's not perfect, guys. It's not perfect because I didn't have a cutter. But there's my pumpkin. I'm going to grab foil. Also going to grab my cooling rack, which you've seen on this channel before. And let's make them in this. We're going to put paint doesn't take long to dry. It's the, there we go. Move this down here. Drop this in the sink. Throw these in the sink. Actually, these I can just rinse. One with salt and one with flour. Actually, one wasn't used at all. Now, let's try to do a bat. I'm not going to do a very good bat. Can do a cat, though. And body. Well, I'm just going to do the cat's face. So, and ears. Alright, I want to be able to get this out of dough. So, see, I don't have any cutters. And I left you over there, didn't I? What a dummy. I am so sorry. There's my cat, if you can see it. Back there. Now you can see my cat. I'm just going to pick up the dough around it and pull my cat out. Again, not perfect. But it looks like a cat. My cat. Let's do a witch. Let's do a witch. But I need to re-roll this. Which is why I have my rolling pin. might try another pumpkin too, but I want to do my witch first. I'm not feeling confident that I could do a bat. Maybe a wing, but anyway, need to do a witch. Still see it? Good. Triangle hat. And a face. And a mouth. Let's pull that off of it. Look at that. Oh, yes. Now that's a witch. Okay, now I'm going to try to do another pumpkin. It's almost time for Halloween Wars. Here's a pumpkin. Okay, I need to make its lines. Gonna make its little end piece. Then I'm gonna do another witch because, well, my witch came out the best. See, I made her eyes. Can you see this? By just making triangles with the knife and then making a messy kind of a mouth. And you just, my hat came off. It's okay, cause stick it back on. Okay, I think that's gonna be good. I'm gonna move these just a little bit because I want to do a couple more because I have so much dough here. I think I'm gonna do a couple of Christmas ones. Oh, I can tell you a funny Halloween story while I'm working on this. When I was 5 years old, my downstairs neighbor had a very scary mask, and I can't remember what it was. I want to say it was like Bigfoot or something. Not Bigfoot, but like a gorilla or Incredible Hulk mask, something like that. I was terrified of it. But my mother decided to come home in it from downstairs to see my reaction and stuff. So yeah, that didn't go well as I pushed the door closed on her. Uh-oh. And yeah, that didn't go well. And we have a candy cane. Let's do a sock. Let's do a stocking. And that wasn't very good. Anyway, I know what I want to do. Just it seems as though the recipe just hit the floor again, but that's okay. And I almost said receipt, which is funny because that's what they used to call recipes back in the day. Thank you, Elton Brown, for that little tidbit. Back in the old days, they were called receipts. Anyway, let's try this stocking again. There we go. Okay, let's make sure that these are deep enough cuts that when I take the dough off, this will remain on the table. I cheated too, by the way, guys. I'll tell you what I did. I used the natural edge of the dough to make the stocking. So yeah, we made those too. I'm gonna do. These aren't really gonna spread, so I'm gonna do one more Christmas one, I think. Let's see. I want to do Santa, but I'm not sure. Well, I can use the natural edge there. And then come around here. Now let's pull that out. Decorate Santa here a little bit. Again, I'm going to do eyes. I'm going to do big eyes. Big eyes. Big eyes. Because it's Santa. I'm going to make his hat separately. Big grin. Nose. A beard. That's a goatee. I need a beard. Right now he does not look like Santa, but I promise you he will. He needs a big long beard. Big, long, fluffy beard. And what I'm going to do is cut a hole in the center of the beard for the mouth. Move that part a little bit. Okay. Now we'll cut a hole for the mouth. In the center of the beard. Perfect! I'm going to squish that on. Give him a little nose. Open out. Starting to look like Santa. Now he needs a hat. Okay. Hat. Similar to the witch hat, except it's going to have a pom-pom on top. And it's too small. Santa his hat. Okay. I promise I'll show you him when I get everything together. Okay, he needs hair first. He needs a little bit of hair. Let's make some hair for Santa. Let's make some hair for Santa. And then put his hat on. And we'll make a pom like that. Okay. There's Santa. Oops. There's Santa. He's going to take a while to make. Now, I have a little bit left, but I don't really want to make anything else. Maybe another witch. Because I'm certainly not making another Santa. That was hard. Another witch, because she was probably the easiest thing I made. Honestly. Just going to cut out her face and add her head. Because it's actually easier that way. That to her face. And I will again do the eyes, nose, and gnarly little mouth. There we go. There's a witch. Oops. These are probably going to take a very long time to paint, but that's okay. Put them together. There we that's all right. The rest of this is basically Play-Doh. This is how my mother used to make Play-Doh. Okay guys, we're going to put these in the oven. And I'm going to set a timer for an hour. Obviously it's not going to take us an hour to paint a pumpkin, but I promise you, when these are cool, we will make a video decorating them. As soon as they're cool. And my hands are so dried out with all that salt. Wow. Holy crap. Okay, and because I did this on a board, I really didn't mess up my table too much. It's a very easy sort of do that. That's it. Wipe the excess flour off onto the board. And I'm going to put the pumpkin right on the board to paint. So I'm going to put that back because we can use this another time. Maybe Christmas time we'll make more ornaments. Let me get this into a bag. As long as you take the air out, it should last. I remember my mother making this stuff, like I said, when I was a kid. And we're going to put it in containers and it would last. You know, just like regular Play-Doh. So let's grab the paints, the brushes, and get started. I have to watch my battery. Okay, there you go. See the pumpkin perfectly. Okay, now let's just open the paints and the brushes. Oopsie. That's not good. Backsliding. That's a bad thing. Anyway. I decided not to carve this. I decided to paint it because, well, it's easier, for one thing. Okay, that's just trash. Here are the brushes. Here are the paints. Okay, I think you open it. Okay, you open it on this end. I'm going to use, because I don't have a, there we go. I don't have a, what do you call it? A pen here to do my pen trick with, so. Oh, glued together. Okay. So let's, first of all, let's look at the colors, so that you can see what the colors I have here. I got a good deal on this. I've got pink, orange, green, brown, yellow, looks like a jar of mustard, a darker green. These two greens are different, believe it or not. I don't know if it comes out on camera, but they're different. White, blue, red, purple. I need, before I do that, some water and a paper cup so that I can rinse my brush. See, I'll get better at this, guys, and remember all the things I need. Put that up there so I don't knock it over, because, you know, I'm notorious. As Rachel Ray used to say, I'm notorious for that. Well, I am. I'm notorious for that, so. I'm knocking everything over. That's why my father called me Grace. I think I'm going to turn this into a witch. So the first thing I want to do is to use this brush. Can you see the stem? Yes, you can. I'm going to turn the stem into a purple hat. I may have to do a couple coats on this because it is the stem. And this is very thin paint. But it's the paint you want because it's washable. So if it gets on you, no big deal. I'm just spinning it around. Again, I will do another coat after that dries. You could use latex paint, you know, like acrylic paint, but I'm just using watercolors. These are Crazy Art Washable Project paint. Yeah, it washes off fabric and skin, so that's good. And you know what, as it's drying, it's getting darker. That's good too. So that's going to be her hat. Like I said, I'm going to have to go over it. I have a feeling, not only that, it's the stem, so it's very woody. So actually getting it to coat will be a challenge. I'm going to put that there. The next thing I'm going to do is make a green nose with a brown wart. Okay. Dip. Put her nose right about here. I see. I need to do her nose different. Okay. Here's her nose. Again, this paint is not ideal for this, but there we go. There's her nose. Now, I'm going to put a wart on it in brown. So I need to clean my brush real quick. Okay. And if you're anything like me, close your lids when you're not using them. Because, oh man, I'm just going to take just a little bit of brown out of the lid and pop my wart on there. Can you see it? Trying to make it so you can see it. There we go. Now, let's do her eyes. Let's make those brown. First, I want to make white. Then I'll make them brown. So we'll cover the brown, put it right there. I need to do white first. I like having choices of colors. What I should have done though is do a base of white on the whole darn thing. But which probably would have made things easier. But anyway. Okay guys, I have to change the battery. Hold on. Hey guys, I'm back. Okay. I'm gonna add another layer of white to this. Sorry, I got a text message when I was changing the battery from my friend who sends me texts each and every day. I love her. Okay. Now to give her mean brown eyes. Okay. that the brown eyes are mean, but I want to give her mean eyes. And when her eyes dry complete, I'll put the black in the center. Oh, I don't have black. Never mind, I'll put a little red dot in the center. You're very welcome. Okay, now I need to do her mouth, and I want to do green. I want to give her gnarly teeth. I want to give her red lips and then gnarly teeth. So let's... What do I want to use for her lips? I guess this one. No, I want her mouth open because I want to show off her teeth. So I'm going to give her lower lip, upper lip, and then on the side. And then go grrr. That'll be fun. Can you see that? Oh, that's still not dry. There you go, now you can see it. I'm gonna give her green teeth, green gnarly teeth. As well, she's a witch. And take care of her dental hygiene. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna use a smaller brush for that. Oh, okay. I didn't know. All right. Got one missing there, got one down here, got one over here. That is so cool. Yep, I like it. We made a witch, guys. What I am gonna do though, I'm clean these brushes, obviously, is I'm gonna put the red dots in the eyes when it dries. I'm gonna give her some hair. I'm gonna use brown and white to do her hair. Put the red right there for the dots. And I'm going to, I would have liked to do black hair, but okay, I know which one I want for the hair. This one. Ew. Clean it off my hands too. There we go. Clean it off the brush. Clean it off the brush. Yuck. Okay. I'm gonna give her hair, sort of. I need to turn her around to do her hair. I'm gonna follow the lines of the pumpkin because that'll make her hair look kind of messy, and that's what I want. So, because like I said, what witch cares about her hygiene? You know? Well, witches and hocus pocus, I guess. But overall, what witch cares about her hygiene? So, I'll just give her some hair. What I'm gonna do is this brown and a little bit of white. I had an airbrush, not an airbrush, a dry brush. I could do a dry brushing technique with the white, and it would look really cool. But I don't have the right brush for that, so. And yes, I know how to do dry brushing. It's a technique I learned actually in ceramics. So, one of my favorite techniques that I learned in ceramics that I've been able to use in other ways. Okay, that's nice. I'm just going to let it dry just a little bit so I can put the white on it. Well, if I have a pointy brush, that will work as a dry brush. I just need a round pointy brush. Actually, let me grab this. And we'll cover that. I'm going to grab a paper towel so that I can wipe these brushes off real quick. I can smell the dough. That's weird because there's nothing in it. You shouldn't be able to, well, I wouldn't think anyway. Maybe you should. Actually, there is another technique that I can use for dry brushing. Paper towel. Once it dries, I'll show you what I mean. I am going to do this hat again. Oh, I got hair in her eyes. That's okay. I can fix her eye real quick. Boop. She has huge eyes. There we go. I want them quite that big. It's pretty easy to make a circle for an eye. I am going to have to put some more brown in the center of that eye. But what I can do, I do want to do more hair on the side here. And a little more bangs. What I can do, giving her a witch bob. In terms of the, there we go. I'm going to give her a hairy mole right here. Only I need a rounder brush for that. There we go. Right there. And I will use the tiniest brush that I have, which is this one, to make hair coming out of it. I'll just use the lid, okay? Just barely put my brush in. Hair coming out of the bowl. See that? Because you don't want the hair to be thick. You want it to be really, really thin. Hairy mole. Oh, I need to finish the center of the eyes. Again. Fix the center of the eyes here. And when they dry up, a little red dot in them. Okay. Now, while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to take my purple. I'm going to clean my brush. And I'm going to go back and recoat the hat. Can you see that? I'm trying to keep you so you can see what I'm doing. Go back and recoat the hat. This stuff doesn't take long to dry. Yep, I did that thick. I did that thick on purpose. Now let me see if I can turn this without smudging anything. Smudged a little hair, but that's okay. We're not expecting a witch to be perfect. She's a witch. She's anything but perfect. So, but now we can actually see the purple of her hat. Okay. And I'll fix my brown boo-boo over here that I touched. Boop. Now, now we're going to let this dry. We want to make a mess of our hair. You don't want it to be perfect in any stretch of the imagination. Okay, now we're going to let her dry completely while we're waiting for those to come out of the oven. So I'm going to end the vlog here. I will make a separate vlog decorating those when they come out, because this one's been long enough. I'm going to go check and see if Terry Calico is finished uploading. I'm sure she is, over on Kid Missing. And I will upload the first video and get this one in editing. And transfer cards again so that we can decorate the ornaments. And I'll be able to decorate the ornaments. I will decorate the ornaments at the other table. I have a newspaper here somewhere that I'll spread out on the other table in the office and have you looking at me and the ornaments straight on instead of trying to do it from the side like this. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to prepare for that while I make sure my videos go up. So I will see you then, and I'll show you the finished product of Ms. Witch when she's dry. When her hair is dry, I'm just going to dry brush a little white in it. I'm going to use a paper towel, I think, and just dab the white in as a dry brushing technique, because what it is an almost dry brush, and then you just pat it into the crevices. So say you're making a horse and you want some lighter colors, you let the brown stay kind of up on top of the fur, and then you dry brush white or a lighter brown inside the crevices. You barely have any on your brush. It's a round, kind of stiff brush, and it's amazing. I'm going to see if I have a dry brush. I don't think so. But I'm going to look in the paint stuff in there. But for now, goodbye. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you again once those cool off. Actually, we'll probably do a genealogy video in between. And we will paint them. And we'll decide where we'd like to put them. And I didn't put a hole in any of them. That's okay. I can do that with a screwdriver. So that's fine. Please click like and subscribe. I'm going to call it the next video decorating part 2. This is part 1 of Halloween decorating. And that will be part 2 of Halloween decorating. So thank you so much for joining me. Please join me for part 2. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Please click like and subscribe. Right. Click like and subscribe. Kind of hard to cook it. Oy, 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 oy. At least my head is almost unstuffed. Thank you so much. God bless you, and bye-bye.